This is Maestro, and I'm here with the one and only Sampson Lewkowicz. Sampson, before I ask you questions about things unrelated to what happened tonight, talk to me about how proud you must be with your fighter's performance, Ramon Cardenas, tonight against the monster Inoue in Las Vegas.
All my fighters is coming to win. Mm-hmm. You cannot buy with money, a good fight.
No.
And this will happen this weekend. And Las Vegas, for many, many years, is Cinco de Mayo.
No.
And was Cinco de Mayo again, because not in New York and not in Saudi, it was the Cinco de Mayo. Canelo looked like shit. He didn't want to fight, both of them. And if one of them, the Cuban, didn't want to fight, he need to take a risk. And he never took a risk. He didn't care. And to overpay the fighters, you're not getting better fight.
Yeah.
You're getting safe fight.
Yeah.
And that hope, Mr. Al-Sheikh, you understand that you cannot buy good fights. You need to give in money to believe in tomorrow, not only for that night. And this will happen on New York, and this will happen in Saudi Arabia.
You mentioned something there. You mentioned that a fighter like Cardenas came to win, came to put on a show essentially. He's a Sampson fighter. You work with fighters from all over the world. First of all, how do you find fighters like this? What does it take to become a Sampson fighter? Because you're clearly selecting particular types of fighters to work with, and they come from all over Latin America.
Yeah, but if I give you my secret, I will lose my job, so I cannot.
That's the second time I've asked you that question, and that's the second time you've given me that answer.
And let me tell you, on May 31st, you will see another Mexican that you will go crazy. I invite you to come.
Okay.
On Mandalay Bay.
Mandalay Bay?
That will be my next big guy.
The name?
Should I give you the name?
Yeah.
Sure, I give you the name.
Yeah.
You remember you have Isaac Cruz?
Yes.
Now you have
Isaac
Lucero. That is the Beast and Puro Mexico.
Okay.
Remember that, Puro Mexico.
¿De qué parte de México?
This is the south.
The south, okay. So like Yucatan area?
No, it's La Paz, Baja California.
Okay, Baja California. Close to Cabo San Lucas.
By the way, he's fighting another undefeated. He's 16-0, and he's fighting at 23-0. You cannot miss that fight.
What's next for Ramon Cardenas?
Already have a call.
Yeah? For another big fight?
It must be a big time in Japan.
At 122?
In 122.
Good, because I'd hate to see him, have to be forced to move up.
No.
This is his weight. He showed his level. He's clearly world class. So I'm hoping you can get him another big fight, another big opportunity on a big stage.
We have involved with Pro Box TV, and maybe we have a fight in September.
Okay.
And then you go for a big one.
Stay busy, keep him active, back to the big show after that. So turning real quick to another fighter that you work with, Sebastian Fundora, the Towering Inferno. He's got a fight lined up, I've heard, against Tszyu.
That's correct.
Why didn't the rematch happen right away? Why the delay? Explain from your perspective what happened there.
Because we're waiting for Crawford.
Yeah.
It was the mandatory. So we got stuck 6 months with Crawford. He won only Canelo, he got Canelo, and he will beat Canelo.
Yeah.
So he was right, but he hurt my fighter.
Yeah.
So that it took so long, and then Team Tszyu decided the rematch. We have a contract verbal all signing, and we comply with the contract.
So
we got,
even though he lost, the rematch clause was still there, still valid for the contract? Okay, so the reason that the fight with Zayas is mandatory isn't happening.
Actually, it never was if you lose or win.
Okay.
Only if request that it was.
Within a certain amount of time, or for the rematch?
No, it was no date.
Okay.
It was only that the day when the rematch you will have it.
From your perspective, is it that it's not that Tszyu's a better fight, maybe an easier fight?
No. It's a better fight
than Zayas compared to two fights there.
Major name.
Yeah.
So it's a pay-per-view fight, and most likely it will fall in a big one. And and it was a little bit tough with the money wise.
Yeah.
That they want something that they cannot have it, Cyan.
Yeah.
And I believe that they will have an issue with Garcia
Yeah.
for the money because it looked like someone in the family doesn't understand the business. And I believe that they will have issues to get the next fight because the money is not the petrodollars.
Yeah.
We in America,
Yeah.
we fight for legacy too, like
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah.
And we show Cinco de Mayo, it was much better than the other two Cinco de Mayos.
Well,
By 100 times.
in many ways, this fight card saved the weekend because it was a weekend of disappointment.
Divino too.
Divino too.
Yeah.
Absolutely Divino too. I mean,
Yeah.
he's a star for
And
sure.
he's a good singer too.
I was impressed.
Yeah.
You know.
But-
Lastly, Gabriela Fundora. Talk to me about her. What's next for Gabriela?
The next mandatory, most likely WBA. It will be the next mandatory.
Location for that fight?
Definitely
West Coast?
California.
West Coast?
Yeah.
Sampson, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I look forward to seeing your next Mexican star,
God bless
May
you.
31st.
Thank you.
Mucha suerte, mucha
Gracias,
felicidades.
inshallah.
Gracias.